In a huge win for President Trump, a federal judge rejected the state of Minnesota's bid to end the Trump administration's immigration enforcement surge in Minnesota. Now, District Judge Catherine Menendez, appointed by Obama, now she had sympathy for what Minnesota was saying, but she said at the end of the day, I got to follow the Constitution. And she said that the state officials' arguments that the state was being unfairly treated by the federal government didn't hold any water whatsoever. At the end of the day, she said this was very simple, that federal law trumps state law. And if the federal government decided, based on the elected president, his wishes to deport illegals from Minnesota or any place else, the courts have been clear that immigration enforcement is a federal issue. It's not a state issue. And Minnesota is a clear example of why local and state law enforcement need to cooperate with ICE to deport illegals. Because if the state doesn't help, then the feds have the right to go in there themselves and do it. That is what's happening right now in Minnesota and other states, Maine included. So this is a huge win for President Trump. And just one more example of why the Senate Republicans need to nuke this 60-vote filibuster cloture rule. They need to make sanctuary cities and sanctuary states illegal. And if they don't do that, this is going to continue on. I said this the other day. The optics of removing illegals from the country makes Americans uncomfortable. The way Republicans were able to sell this was, well, it's only people that are breaking the law, they're criminals. But see, now we got 20 million people here that we're supposed to deport. And now you have to deal with the reality of what it takes to get them out of the country. And it's not going to be a pretty sight. Some people are going to feel queasy. Republicans are going to get weak-kneed. But all they have to do, folks, all they have to do is get rid of this filibuster. And once they do that, they can simply pass a law that's very simple. It says sanctuary cities aren't allowed or you get no funding. Sanctuary states aren't allowed or you get no funding. That's all they have to do. And then ICE can go in and remove the people that came here illegally, which is what 77 million people voted for. Now, it doesn't look good on TV when ICE is going in and removing people, right? You'd want them to self-deport and take the $1,000. But sometimes you got to do that. You start with the criminals, but they've got to blow up this ridiculous filibuster thing, which if the Democrats take control, it's not going to take them a half a day to get rid of it. This is why this is the most critical thing. But hey, huge win for President Trump. Stay the course in Minnesota. Get the illegals out. Can't back down, can't cave, can't surrender. Stay the course, and you're going to win the midterms. Now, you can follow me on social media, at JF Radio Show, at JF Radio Show. Don't forget, 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday to Friday, the John Fredericks Show. Don't want to miss a day, especially now. We got a lot going on.